Well, good morning, my friends and family, and my family of my friends, and my friends of my family.
Good morning.
We are, actually, it's almost noon. It's 11:21. We're on our way to Knoxville. Got a late start because we had some errands to run this morning. And it's hot and dry, and it's a Monday, so I ain't in no hurry.
It's not too hot. 75 right now, but it's
75 right now, but it is dry as a bone. We'll probably be only mowing 2 days this week. We'll probably mow 2 days, mulch one day, and then cut brush one day. You know, to stay busy. I know some people's got contracts. My brother-in-law has contracts where people pay you all year. I actually have tried that in the past, and the contracts are not for me. I'll tell you why they're not for me. I kind of charge a premium to mow, and so most of my clients don't. Okay, let me explain this again, okay?
We have big yards.
I know that, well, my brother-in-law, he did the contract too for a while. I think he still got some under contract. But the problem he told me he gets into is when people move away or whatever, where he's prorated that to where he gets paid 12 months out of the year. A lot of times he winds up mowing yards for $30 that ordinarily he would charge $45 for, because they up and they just disappear. And so I know the contract, and you know, even if they don't disappear, people die, and ultimately you lose about 20% of your income. So I'm okay with having a couple of dry weeks or even a month. I'm okay with that, even if I take off. I don't feel like I lose anything because I have other monies coming in from other sources. I know that last video I said this is how we make our living. Well, y'all know I do Uber and stuff, and I failed to mention that, but you know, I can jump off and do that if I need to, or I can save money and plan for this. So I don't really, for us, we don't really want to do the contracts. And not only that is, when you do a contract, people feel like they're locked into somebody that they don't like. I've actually had people call me, and I've actually talked to people. And I went out and talked to them, and they said, I'm really dissatisfied with this person. And but I'm locked in with a contract. And I said, look, the real deal is, if they don't do the work, you don't have to pay. And that's the truth, y'all. Okay? You try it with, I've had people try to put things on my credit report because of the contract. And I just call the credit company and I say, look, they never rendered their service for that pay. And they just knock them right off. So I know the contracts makes a lot of people feel good. They don't me, because the contract is only worth the paper it's written on, which ain't worth 2 cents. But now, if you got a lot of people that honor them contracts, you know, that's cool. But everybody don't. Y'all know what I mean. And I mean, I lose, how many customers do we wind up losing every year?
1 or 2.
I mean, for death.
1 or 2.
Yeah, we're going to lose a couple of customers every year just for death anyhow. You know, or going in to move with their relatives or whatever, because we mow for a lot of elderly people. And the thing of it is, too...
Are you going to go to the Sunrise?
Yeah. And the thing about a contract, too, is if you got somebody that all of a sudden cannot afford to pay, they just, I mean, what are you going to do? You going to force them into paying that contract? See, I wouldn't do that. I'd just say, you know what, if you can't afford to pay it, don't worry about it. Because people say, I can't afford it no more. My son or my daughter or my friend or my nephew or my grandson's going to be mowing for me. I just say, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, the thing is all the contract, all the work, because it's cheaper through the year, you'd be mowing for nothing if you did that.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, the way he does it is he rates it to where they're being taken out so much every month. And like 5 months out of the year or 4 months that he don't mow. So he only charges them, when he mows, he actually only charges them 2/3 of what it really should be.
He has a yearly rate that he divides that about how many weeks there are.
Yeah.
And then or months, or weeks in the month, and then he rates that so he gets the same thing every month. The problem with that is when you're mowing, you're expected to mow so many times per month, and it becomes very cheap. $30 yards, which is whatever. I mean, everyone does certain things with their company, and that's fine.
And another thing I've seen with contracts, these people be out here mowing dust because the people say, I'm under contract. You need to mow my yard. Now, there's people out there like that. We signed a contract for you to mow my yard every week. I've actually had some customers tell me, and fortunately, they was paying me weekly rate, and it wasn't in a contract, so they paid a lot of money for me to come and mow their dead yard. But I've had several offer to fire me if I do not mow every week. And isn't that true? I mean, I go out there and your yard would be dead. They say, if you can't mow it, I'll get somebody else. We go out there and we never touch a blade of grass, but we run over the yard because they demand it. So those contracts, they can.
There's good and bad in them.
Yeah, there is. There's good and bad, but for me, I've just decided they're mostly bad. Now, for my, I can see them real good for the commercial properties because they don't give a hoot. They let you go on your own judgment, whether they need mowed. I mean, that's in your own judgment. Anyhow, so y'all got anything to say about the contracts? I know they work out for some, and that's cool. I mean, some they don't. But I mean, after my years and years of dealing with that, I have tried it all. I just choose. I don't want them. How y'all like my shirt today? Busy, doing nothing. See? Boy, it's hot out here. It is 2:03. I guess it's not hot compared to some of you guys. What's the humidity, Mariah?
I don't know, but it's 81.
It's 81 degrees, and the humidity, if it's not pretty good, I guess I shouldn't mention it because some of these people have got 90% humidity.
53%.
Oh, only 53%. I guess I'm just a wuss. Anyways, we have done 2 yards, and it is 2:04, and we have 6 more to go. We're doing horrible. But that's okay. Each yard's paying pretty good. And we're just taking our time, staying in the cool air conditioner in the truck, necking a little bit. I don't know if we're going to get any footage today or not. If we do, I'll put it up here. Well, it is 7 o'clock and we're going home. Not much of a video today, is it?
Did you even record any?
It's what we talk.
We've been very busy today. Very dry out. We got a smidgen of a thunderstorm, but not much.
No, not enough worth mentioning. No rain.
It's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow.
But we're still busy.
Yeah, we've been doing a little bit of side jobs and that kind of thing. Extra weed eating and that kind of stuff.
So anyhow, earlier I talked about the contracts. Y'all tell me what you think about that, okay? And has any of you ever tried it and quit? But anyhow, it's a short video today. We want to thank y'all for coming by. And I'm wore out.